What's up, everybody? Name code Dustin here. We're talking about the small forwards fantasy smack talk.
Vintage, new stuff. Check out all our tiers and rankings. Top 150 cheat sheet form if you got questions.
Thanks, buddy.
Tier 1, Kevin Durant. I don't need to say anything. There's no sense in putting anyone else in this tier with him. He's the guy. #1 small forward, hands down. Top 2 pick. He's good at basketball.
He is good at basketball. Tier 2, I'm only talking about one guy. I'm going to highlight Carmelo Anthony here. Here's the reason. I think Melo, last year he averaged 22.8 points a game. I think that can go up to 27. You got to remember, when Lin was actually gone, that helped Melo quite a bit. He's pretty much a ball hog, but you know what? In real basketball, it might be bad. In fantasy, it's great. We do like Melo's upside.
Tier 3 at number 7, we got DeRozan. This is a young guy that really came into his own last year. We expect him to get even better. All the upside in the world. He's going to be asked to do a lot on that Toronto team. And the old man, Paul Pierce, he's still doing it. It's really unbelievable. I mean, he really hasn't shown really hardly any signs of slowing down, so you got to keep ranking him here. As long as he's putting up the numbers that he's doing, Boston is still going to ask him to do a lot as well.
All right, tier 4, we're going to start with a guy that fills up the stat sheet. We have Batum, 14, we're thinking about, 14 points, 6 boards, almost 2 threes a game, a steal, a block. You got to love that. You got to look at, more than just points when you're drafting your fantasy team. And then number 13, we have Gallinari. A little bit of a disappointment last year, but the guy still can, he's just a flat-out scorer. He's a flat-out shooter. So he's going to get you those threes. He should be getting you those points as well.
Taking a look at tier 5, we're going to start talking about a rookie, and that's Kid Gilchrist for Charlotte. They are a terrible basketball team. His minutes aren't necessarily guaranteed, but they would be stupid not to see what this guy can do. Obviously, he was great in college, fun to watch. He should have a decent NBA career, and Charlotte shouldn't wait too long to start giving him minutes. And at 19, Trevor Ariza, interesting guy for the Wizards. Brent, if I don't shut him up, he's probably going to go on some rant for why he hated that trade. Yes, it was a terrible trade, but Ariza's in a decent situation because when you look at that lineup, he's really probably the only one, other than Wall once he comes back, that's kind of locked in as, okay, here's our small forward that's going to play 30 minutes. And he might actually be asked to do a decent amount out there. So we'll see what happens. I know Brent's probably...
All that I hear is cap space gone.
Yeah, but...
We had the most cap space. What are you doing?
It was pretty terrible.
And you could have gotten the 10th pick. Anybody else in that tier you're talking about?
No, I'm done.
All right, we're going to 6. Sorry, I digress. The 6th tier, we're going to start with Wilson Chandler. In China, he averaged like 87 points and 42 rebounds a game or something insane like that. But, he's back in the NBA, obviously. He's playing with the Denver Nuggets. You got to remember, though, 2 years ago in the 10-11 season, when he started with the Knicks, he was 16 points and almost 6 boards a game. Just a high upside guy. He's a good basketball player. Then we also want to talk about Karolinko with Minnesota. Watching this guy in the Olympics, he was like reborn. He played amazing on the Russian team. We think he's going to get plenty of minutes out there in Minnesota. He could be the AK-47 of old and getting you a lot of blocks, steals, boards, all of the above.
Number 28, tier 7, Caron Butler. He's out there with the Clippers. He can still do pretty well in fantasy basketball, but he's an old man. He's going to get hurt probably at some point, but still a decent guy to look at late in the draft. Another old man that's probably going to get hurt, though, is Corey Maggette, but you need to talk about him. He's out there with Detroit, but only Tayshaun Prince in front of him, so he could end up playing a lot of minutes for them. Great free throws made specialist. Out of this whole list, one surprising stat for you, he's 2nd in free throws made. But that being said, he gets fouled so much. It's one more reason why he's probably going to get hurt. But Maggette, not bad guy to grab late either, because Detroit, not too great at small forward.
All right, the last tier, tier 8, that I'm going to be talking about here. It's specialist time, so a good guy to highlight here is Delfino. If you have a league that counts, more points for the threes, or it's just a big stat category for you, Delfino in 54 games last year made 86 threes. Now, it's not at the highest percentage, but he shoots a ton, and that means he's going to make a ton.
That is true. And he might not have to wear his helmet this year, so that might help things as well. No head injuries. It's not that funny, but... the helmet was kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the small forwards. Enough talking about concussion helmets. I'm Dustin. This is Nameco. Check everything else out. We'll see you.
Oh, my.